Hey, Susan. Great to see you. I'm going to invite a couple people. I got put in jail today. And what an interesting day. I love it. It's so much fun. I'm going to ramp it up here, vibrationally. Second here. All right. Hey, James. So, not sure if I'm in Facebook jail or not. It's been an interesting day of workarounds. I've got a new Waking Up in the Dream group, and I wasn't even able to post in my group. So I had to create another profile and work around that. Everything seems grayed out, but I guess you guys can see me. Hey, Toro. So things are getting exciting. Things are ramping up. Many things are getting exposed. And this topic is about transcending 3D and clearing any energies that we're holding on to that would be keeping us in 3D. So that means forgiveness, forgiving ourselves and others. Are you holding on to any judgment or resentment around anybody or anything in the past? Because that stuff does not exist in 5D. So if we're going to navigate out of 3D, the invitation and just the smart thing to do is to forgive every single person from your past that you may be holding on to anything around. So completely forgiving anyone from our past. Anything we think they did to us, nobody really did anything to us. When you get into the level of oneness and the fact that you're creating all of this, it may be a little hard to grasp, but it's really the truth if you want to break it down into the most finite or infinite level. We're connected to everybody. Everybody is our teacher. When we can shift into the truth that everyone is our teacher and we had a soul agreement with all these people, there's nothing to forgive. It's just a story. It's what the ego wants to chew on and feed on. So as we move out of these 3D timelines, the invitation, and it's not even, it's an invitation, but it's really mandatory. We cannot advance into the higher timelines and the higher frequencies as long as we're holding on to any resentment, any unworthiness. So this is a really great time to look in the mirror and ask yourself, do you truly love yourself? Truly. I mean truly. Can we let go of any judgment around ourselves about things that we should have done, things that we did, things that we can't forgive? This is the make it or break it here, people. Forgiveness. Let go of all judgment. Judgment is the biggest addiction on the planet. You hear me talk about it all the time. Because look around, look on Facebook, look at the world. Judgment, judgment, judgment. We can't ascend into the higher timelines and attract that which we desire to attract if we're still holding on to any judgment or resentment or lack of forgiveness or anger, fear, the lower dimensional vibrations. So what's it going to take? Dropping into your heart. As you scroll around on Facebook, are you allowing things to drag you down into lower dimensions? I want to respond to some things sometimes. I want to wake some people up, but I have to constantly remind myself, is reacting going to raise my vibration or lower my vibration? Is what I'm posting going to raise my vibration or lower my vibration? It's really, really key. The ego wants to feed on reactions and judgment. Got to starve that thing. Got to just give it love. Give it love. It's an old program to protect you. You don't need that anymore. It's not going to fly in the higher dimensions. So I intend that this is landing. And again, I'm just mirroring myself. I'm mirroring Jeff. I'm using the tools that I use every month in the Waking Up in the Dream courses and in the book. And I align with people that are here to shift the vibration of the planet. And it all starts within, right here. There it is. Waking up in the dream. We're dreaming all the time, not just when we're sleeping. And so do you have a way to track your frequency throughout the day? And when I'm talking about frequency, I'm speaking about every thought that you have, your set point. Where are you vibrating? Are you in your heart? Every word that you say, every thought that you think, and every emotion that you have is an invisible waveform. But they're also magnetic, which means maybe if you have one negative thought, it's not going to attract something negative to you. But think about 50 to 80,000 thoughts a day. What's your set point? What are you vibrating at? Do you have a way to track that? That's what we do for 4 weeks, every day. And we have fun doing it in our monthly groups. And I don't know of any other way to shift it. I do it every day from the time I wake up. I immediately go into gratitude. I give every cell in my body love. I start toning. I love you. Until I can feel that energy just vibrating in every cell. Every cell is alive. Every cell is conscious. And it's listening and feeling every single thing that we're projecting, our thoughts, our words, and our emotions. And so if you don't have a way to track this and you're running 50 to 80,000 thoughts a day, hello, and the average person out of those 50 to 80,000 thoughts, 70 to 80% of those are negative. They're low vibrational thoughts. So we have to have a way to track this, unless you're already to the point where you just don't have any judgments anymore. And if you are, then I say the highest of 5s. I'll even give you 10. For most people, they get triggered and they're operating in what I call automatic reaction mode. So let's talk about the belief system for a moment. If you haven't gone in and really looked at what your belief system is and where it came from, it's probably running you. And when I met my teacher, Don Miguel Ruiz, in 2001, he had us go in and look at all of our beliefs. And I was shocked, because when I really looked at them, I realized 99% of them weren't even mine. They didn't even come from me. They came from my parents. They came from my grandparents. They came from the school system I was in. I grew up Catholic. I was in judgmental hell, shame and guilt. That was the program of the day until 9th grade. I was in the Catholic Church. I mean, I chose a serious program so I could see what it was and finally break out of it, after almost committing suicide a few times and other people not understanding it. And I'm waking up little by little and I'm going, something's really wrong here. What's going on? And so the invitation for transcending out of the 3D lower dimensional timelines is to get on the page of realizing that everybody is you. There is no separation. So how do we navigate that? Well, in 3D, we get triggered by anybody that does anything that goes against our belief system. We get triggered by anybody that challenges us, and we react. So what are we doing? We're actually magnetizing the hologram, and we're attracting more of that which we judge, that which we get triggered about, If we're in lack, we attract more lack. If we're in unworthiness, we attract things to mirror our unworthiness. And so it's time to begin to see this stuff with a higher level of awareness. If we're running around and we're triggerholics, we're judgeaholics like I was, then we're just going to attract more and more of that. And here's what happens in 3D if you can't understand how the program works. You start to blame everything out there, but it's a mirror. The hologram is backwards. All it's doing is mirroring what we're holding energetically and what we're projecting, whether we are consciously aware of it or not. Yeah. Hello. And once you finally begin to see this, then it's a little bit shocking, but then you wake up and you go, oh, okay. If that's the way it works, then guess who's responsible for every single thing that's showing up in my dream, in my vibrating hologram? I am. And it's only when we decide to accept 100% responsibility for what's showing up in our life, in our dream, in this vibrating hologram, can we begin to dismantle it. And so we begin to dismantle it by tracking every single judgment, every single low vibrational thought. That means fear, doubt, unworthiness, shame, guilt, hatred, the lowest vibrational thought form on the planet. And so the invitation is to begin to track every single emotion throughout the day. I have people set 15 alarms on their phone every hour of the day. They put it on vibrate mode. And when that alarm goes off, they check in. And it's the alarm tapping you on the shoulder going, hey, where's your vibration right now? Where have you been for the last hour? Are you in your heart? Are you triggered? Are you judging? Are you at work and you're triggered by people, or you're judging people? The same people you can't stand because they do the same thing every day. No, they're not doing anything to you. If they are, they're your greatest teacher. So if you're at work and it's a trigger fest, then maybe it's time to move out into something that you're more aligned with, or have a conscious conversation with somebody. You're in the driver's seat. Are you accepting 100% responsibility for that? Because until you do, you're going to be a triggerholic. You're going to be a judgeaholic. This is where we're at. This is the real work. The real work isn't going, I'm a Palladian, I'm a star seed. Well, that's great. We all are star seeds. It's why we came here. But if we haven't gotten to the vibrational level of owning all of our stuff, then we're going to keep attracting the lower frequencies and the triggers and the judgments that we're holding. So it's cleanup time. It's time to clean it up. And the energies are coming into the planet to support us. But we have to do the actions. I'm not going to use the word work. It's got a heavy, it's a spell. We tune in and we commit to being aligned, and we surround ourselves with other people that are going to mirror us and love us, and together we uplift our frequency and the frequency of the planet. If you're around people that are being judgmental and they're not willing to look at their wounds, get some new friends. It doesn't mean ditch them. You can mirror them, but hold them accountable and say, you know what? I'm on the raise my vibration plan, and if you want to come along, we can mirror each other together. But if you're going to stay in judgment, fear, anger, and just being triggered, then I'm moving out of that program. I'm moving up into the higher dimension, and I'd love for you to come with me. Got some great tools to do it with. Got 11 viewers. I love it. 12, 11. So, the invitation in transcending and clearing the 3D energies is, am I operating in gratitude? Sure, you're going to fluctuate. It's not easy out there in 3D land, 4D, but it's up to you, and you came here for this. You are a sovereign, divine, unlimited being, and you are remembering right now. Tune into your frequency, track it. Put those alarms on your phone, they're free. You're paying for a phone to track you. So why don't you start tracking your vibration? Set 15 alarms on there. 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you catch 3 a day out of those 15, that's 3 that you didn't catch yesterday. Little by little, baby steps or big steps, whatever works for you. Self-love and loving everybody else. Seeing everybody else as your teacher. Oh, somebody else just triggered me. I just had a judgment about somebody. Well, let me take a breath. Let me stop the story from running, the automatic reaction. Let me drop into my heart and go, good one. I just got triggered. I just had a judgment. Oh, I know that's about me. I know that's about me because that's how the hologram works. And when we figure that out and we start taking ownership, 100% ownership for our thoughts, our words, and our reactions, guess what? We start to raise our vibration. And then guess what? We start to attract more magic, more miracles. And it's not even really magic and miracles. It's frequency. It's called like vibration. So if you want to attract more abundance into your life, start being more in gratitude. Gratitude is the abundant vibration. If you want to attract an amazing partner into your life, clean up your frequency. Notice when you're judging other people. Heal your wounds. Heal it. Healing is the #1 thing we're here to do because we got bamboozled with all these bogus programs and belief systems. Lower vibrational stuff that happened at the point of separation. We knew this was going to happen. We chose this on our soul's journey. So let's start cleaning this stuff up. And I'm not saying anybody out there isn't. There's so many amazing people that I'm connected with, but I'm here mirroring myself. And I'm here to give a hand up to anybody that needs to remember. We're all in this together. So what do we need? If you need some support, reach out. The next Waking Up in the Dream 4-week, 30-day truly transformational experience starts on Sunday. So it's Thursday where I'm at. So Friday, Saturday, 3 more days, 4 more days for most of you guys. If you're interested in going through this truly life-changing course, where you will begin to see programs that you've been running on autopilot. And let me tell you, you can't change a lifelong program until you can see it. You're going to get mirrored so lovingly and so quickly and given the tools in PowerPoint presentations in 2+ hour calls where we're going to be going deep into the tools in the book and mirroring. Anything that's up for you, bring it. Bring it. And guess what? Every single thing that everybody says on that call is going to be for you. You might think it's their story, it's their thing. No. It's a mirror. It's a hologram. That's why it's so powerful to be in a small sacred group setting where there's zero judgment. No judgment allowed. And nobody even brings it to the table. We set the tone as soon as we get on the call, and we're going right to town. We're clearing decades and decades and decades of stuff. People after one call go, I saw things I didn't see for 40, 50, 60, even 70 years. This is it. And here's the beauty of it. This is shadow work. I don't really call it that. I call it alignment. Alignment. And if you've been holding on to something, a fear or a doubt or a wound, childhood trauma, and you haven't wanted to go there because the ego doesn't want to go there. Because as soon as you go there, the ego has to give up that story. So it wants to keep you out of there. It's put a big wall around it, and it's telling you how scary it is. That's the doorway to your freedom. Go right to it. Yeah, we might have some tears. We might cry. Healing, feeling is healing. It's the fastest way to raise your vibration and to clear decades of stuff so frickin' quick. Come join us or find somebody that you can have a talk with and heal anything that you're still holding on to. It's the way out. The way out is in. The hologram is reversed. It's a mirror. If you don't clear it on the inside, you're going to keep attracting the like frequency of fear, doubt, judgment, hatred, whatever. You're not going to attract a soulmate that's going to last unless you're willing to go in and clear this stuff. And it's not that difficult. It's not. Especially when you surround yourself with people that are loving on you, that are loving you when you show up in fear or with an issue or with a wound or with a trauma or some type of abuse that's just been destroying every relationship you've had your entire life. Those people are going to be loving on you so heavily, you're going to be like, oh my God, why didn't I do this sooner? Well, we do it when we do it. We do it when we feel safe. We do it when we finally attract what we need to attract to clear this stuff. So I intend this is getting through and landing. All our judgments are about us. Yeah, let's clear this stuff. If you guys want to drop in, I'd love to break out my bowl, my Tibetan bowl. And hey, Timmy, I just saw your face in a little heart-shaped bubble. I love you, brother. Thank you so much for tuning in. So if you guys want, before you roll on to Scrollville on Facebook or whatever else you have to do, I invite you to take a couple breaths, and I'm going to do it for myself. And if you want to join along, really drop in and really ask yourself and commit. I'm going to start tracking my moment-to-moment or hour-to-hour frequency. You know what? I'm actually going to set 15 alarms on my phone. I thought that might be difficult, but I'm either going to ask Jeff how to do it, or I'm going to go on to Google or YouTube, and I'm going to go how to set 15 alarms on my Samsung or my iPhone or whatever you have. You go in, you turn on one alarm, and then you hit the plus button, and you add one an hour later. Add 15 of them. I challenge you. Challenge yourself. Why wouldn't you want to do it? Oh, the ego doesn't want to do it. I understand. Okay. Well, it's up to you. Who wins in your life, the ego or your higher self that came here to experience an unlimited, sovereign, divine lifestyle? And you came here to wake up in 2020 even farther and rock this dream into the higher dimensions and attract everything you ever desired and have fun doing it. So set the alarms. Take some deep breaths. Slow it down. Drop into your heart. Or in your heart yet? That's the portal. Can you feel it? Sometimes it takes a little bit to land in the heart. It really helps if you put your hand over your heart and really feel into your cells. And then if you drop a smile on top of every breath, then you can feel your vibration go up. Feel that? Just by smiling. There may be somebody out there in resistance, but it's okay. Yeah, give yourself some love. Is there anything you're holding on to? We tend to judge ourselves really hard. I don't know if you're doing mirror work every day when you go into the bathroom, but if you're not, it's the fastest way to find out where your vibration is and how you feel about yourself. Look in the mirror and love on yourself. And if the mirror comes back and the judge goes, no, you're not worthy, then go, yes, I am. And I'll hang in here in the mirror and give myself more love. As long as it takes. I'm worthy. All those stories are bullshit. This is a hologram. Clear that stuff with self-love. There's nothing you could have ever done that can keep you in hell unless you believe that you're supposed to stay in hell. Everything that you've done was part of your soul's journey. And guess what? The more worse shit you've done, the better. You know why? Because that means when you clear it, you get to help people that are in the deepest shit and be the hero. So everything is forgivable, and you did it on purpose so you can help others. The more hell you might think you're in, you just chose a higher vibrational path. So give yourself a high five. And I hope this is landing. I intend that this is landing. Hope is a word. Hope is a weak word. I intend this is landing. You don't want to hope for things. That means that you don't believe that you're a sovereign divine being. You don't wish for things. You command things to show up in your hologram by matching the vibration inside. Yeah, that's landing. So anything that you're holding on to, make a commitment that you're going to clear it, and you're going to check in every day or every hour. And if anything pops up around self-judgment or the judgment of others, or you're still holding on to anger or resentment, man, if there's somebody that you still can't forgive, that is the hologram kicking your ass. Because you're the one that's holding the low vibrational frequency. It's not the other person. The hologram is reversed. Note to self. It's so fun when you finally get it. Because you'll get a trigger and you go, oh, okay. I just got triggered. What is that trying to teach me? Here's one of the greatest tools I can ever share with you. Everybody is your teacher, especially the people you judge. That includes the Vatican, the pedophiles, the people in government, the deceivers. We don't judge them and say we hate them. We shower them with love and light. They're taking one for the team to wake us up. Bless them. Use compassion and forgiveness. This is probably one of the toughest ones. But, yeah, we're here to raise our vibration. That's all there is to it. Nothing else matters. And find something you love to do. If you're working a job you don't like, change it. If you think you're stuck and you got a lot of stories around that, there's a way out. It's 12:44. I love it. Yeah. You're in charge of what you're attracting into this hologram with every thought, every word, and every emotion. You're 100% creating all of it. Do you get it? Is that landing? So what we do is we wake up in the morning. As soon as that alarm goes off, or if you don't use an alarm and you're blessed to wake up when you feel good, go into gratitude immediately. Go into gratitude and raise your vibration. Don't let those 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running. You'll be sabotaged. Unless you have 50 to 80,000 loving thoughts. If you do, then you're my hero. You're my idol. Most people wake up and they go into some low vibrational stuff. Not all the time, but unless you program yourself to go into gratitude, as soon as you wake up, those 50 to 80,000 thoughts are going to be running. So everybody that goes through my group, our family, our tribe, immediately goes into gratitude as soon as they realize that they just came out of the sleeping dream. You know we're dreaming all the time, right? You know we're dreaming right now. You get to have fun with it. You get to claim what's yours with your thoughts and your words and your emotions. Yes, sometimes there might be a little lag time from the time that you claim it and the time that it shows up. But if you stay consistent, guess what? If you truly believe it and resonate with it in here and you are worthy, it's got to show up. It has to. Because your vibration, your thoughts, your words, and your emotions are magnetic. They're going to attract more of what you are actually vibrating at. So there's only two ways to go. We heal ourselves, and then we celebrate this incredible dream that we came down here. Yeah, it's been a bitch. I've been suicidal. Wanted to check out many times years ago. I wouldn't blame anybody for checking out. I would never judge anybody for checking out. But the way we're going to check out now is we're going to check out of 3D. Yeah. The new home for the homies in the heart is 5D and beyond. And we're going to do that by clearing any low vibrational thoughts. This is how we transcend and clear 3D energies. That's the topic. That's the focus. And there's nothing else to do until we do that. We can talk about Palladians. We can talk about, you know, going into the stratosphere. We can talk about being, you know, any labels, and we can play with it. We can play with the stars. But what's really going to propel us and keep us there and create that new earth, those new earth timelines, is operating in the higher vibrations of love, compassion, and gratitude. Anything else that we need to clean up, now's the time to clean it up. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And everybody that goes through the group tracks it every day until they can feel every thought, every judgment, any lower vibrational thoughts, and they just start clearing them. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, there it is. Right back to love. Right back to love. Forgiveness. You don't have to run a story. You don't have to go, I'm having a bad day. No, you know, people say they're having a bad day. In reality, they had one bad thought. They had one trigger. And now they let the story run and they didn't catch it because the ego's feeding off it. Yeah, and that person did this to me, and yeah, and those other people. It's called piling on. The ego will just feed forever because that's what it feeds on until you love it enough to where it becomes your best friend. And then it tells you, hey, look out. You just had a judgment. Let's clear that shit. We can't be in 5D with judgments. They don't exist in 5D. Wounds don't exist in 5D. So we're in the healing phase right now. We're in the last stages before we can just reside all the time in 5D and beyond. And I know some of you are already doing it, and you're lifting up the other people, and that's wonderful. I'm just here to mirror myself. If anybody else gets it, how wonderful. 33 minutes. I love it. So I intend that you found this useful. And if you did, please share it in other groups with other people. There's a lot of people going through some deep shit right now. You know, the dark ones are in full force. The programming from the Tell-I Vision and all these other deceptive sites, things are getting blocked. I was in jail today. I don't even know how I'm doing this, but I found a workaround. You can't stop the vibration. You can put up a roadblock, but people with a higher vibration go right over it, right around it, whatever. Trying to block somebody from being in love is so 3D, it ain't gonna work anymore. Yeah, thank you for all the hearts and the love. That feels really good. Lets me know somebody's out there, even though it wouldn't really matter. I'd still deliver the same message right back to me. That's where it all starts. I'm the only one. It's the law of one. When you get that, and you see again, I'm going to reflect this one more time. One of the greatest realizations that we will ever anchor in is that everybody is our teacher. Everybody is our mirror. So you can tell right away all day long, where's my frequency? Oh, I just judged that person. I just judged that person. That's something to clean up. So I send them compassion. I send them love. And I go, thank you for being my teacher, for showing up and showing me where I still have some frequencies to clear. Oh, man. Now you start loving everybody that you judge because they're your greatest teacher. It's easy to love the people that you love. But if you're still judging other people, then that means technically, here's the bomb. You may not like it. Ego alert. If you're still judging other people for any reason, then the only reason you're loving other people is because they're not triggering you yet. So you're loving them kind of conditionally in a way. I'm not saying that you are or you aren't. I'm mirroring this scenario that we all do so we can see it more clearly. Because if you don't unconditionally love somebody, but you only love them, oh, I really love my girlfriend when she's really cool. I really love her when she does what I like, but there's other things about her I just really don't like. Oh, that's interesting. What's that bringing up? What's that mirroring? So yeah, if I can leave you with anything that will shift everything in your life, everybody that you judge and that triggers you is your greatest teacher. So we just thank them. We catch those triggers, we breathe into them, we go, oh, I just got triggered. What is that trying to teach me? If you make that your number one go-to statement, what is this trying to teach me? Every time you have a judgment or a trigger, you will begin to shift decades of programming and stuck low vibrational energies faster than anything else you will ever do. It's one of my number one tools. It's in the book. And if you want to download chapter 1, go to my website, portal2awakening.org, right after this call, and download chapter 1. If you don't think one chapter can change your life, go download chapter 1. And if it doesn't change your life, then reach out to me and tell me how it didn't change your life. Because that one chapter will get you to see how the belief system works, how the ego feeds off of it, and how people become automatic reactors instead of conscious observers. It lays it all out in one chapter. If you do nothing but master that one chapter in my book, Waking Up in the Dream, it'll change your life in ways that it won't if you don't read it and get it and download that information. So portal2awakening.org, go under the book. There'll be a link there, and it'll say download the PDF to chapter 1 right now. And if you really want to rock it and support me, download the whole book. It's on sale at half price right now for $11.22. You can download the PDF right away. And but if you really, really want to change your entire life and frequency, come join us. There's still some spots for the group. It starts on Sunday. All calls are on Sundays at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern. That might shift one hour later for those of you that, 8 a.m. It might be 9 a.m. depending on who's in the group. But I'll tell you what, 30 days of doing this and being in the private group and being on the 2+ hour calls and getting mirrored, man, when you hop into a room with me, I'm going to give you the download, and I'm going to be loving on you so hard. And we're going to go through every wound, every trigger, every judgment. It doesn't matter how deep it is. It could be sexual abuse. It could be hating yourself. It could be hating somebody else. It could be lack around money. It could be anything. We're going to go in and dismantle it quickly. And the best thing about these tools is they last, because once you can see something, you'll never forget it. It's the triggers that we can't see that continue to run because the ego goes, yeah, I'm justified. They're wrong. And the mirror just mirrors it back to you. Yep, they're wrong. Yep, just keep doing that. How's that working for you? So remember, the hologram is reversed. It's a mirror. It's not them out there doing shit to you. It's mirroring the frequencies that you're holding. And then every judgment is about you. It's not about them. It's not about the cabal. It's not about the IRS. Yeah, they're going to be dismantled. But if you're getting triggered, guess what? Every time you have a judgment, look at it like this. You are stealing from your own bank of happiness in that moment. You'll never get that moment back. Every judgment you have, you're stealing from your own bank of happiness. And how many people are judgeaholics? I was one. That's why I wrote a whole chapter. Chapter 5 is on judgment because it's the biggest addiction on the planet. Every judgment is about us. And everybody that we judge is our greatest teacher because they're triggering us, they're mirroring us in some way so that we can see that shit and clean it up. But you won't clean it up unless you commit to seeing it and catching every trigger, every judgment, and every low frequency thought and reaction. And if you want to give yourself one of the greatest gifts you've ever given yourself, come do the course. If you want to do it, I'll work out a way for you to do it. It's ridiculously cheap. The price is going to go way up. It's ridiculously cheap. And I'll work out a way for you to do it if you want to do it. So now what's your excuse? I'll leave you with that. Or maybe you're like, Jeff, you're kind of a dick. I don't really like you. You trigger me. All right, then go do it with somebody else. I don't care who you do it with. I'm not the only guy. But I'll tell you what, if you can find a course that dismantles stuff faster than this course, first of all, I'd like to know about it. And second, go do it. You don't have to do it with me. It doesn't matter. But do it for you, do it for the planet, and do it for the reason that your soul came here, which is to heal this shit and start kicking some ass in creating heaven on earth. And all the energies are coming in to support you. And they're going to keep coming in and they're going to trigger you if you still got shit that can be triggered. So let's clean this stuff up. Let's join together. Reach out to people. Instead of judging them, say, hey, I kind of have that same issue. How about if we work together and love on each other and be mirrors and hold each other accountable and start clearing this shit at lightning speed? Decades of stuff you can clear in weeks. You can clear stuff in one session. I do it with people all the time. Yeah, if we need to cry, we cry together. Fuck, it feels great to cry. Who said crying was lame? That's the lamest judgment program ever. And I know you men out there, I hope this is landing with you. Oh, don't be a pussy. Really? Would you rather have a heart attack and die at 40 or 50? No. Crying is fucking manly. Being a pussy is not crying. That's what being a pussy is. It's manly to cry because it's healing. Feeling is healing. Yeah, I just said it. You know, I'm on fire about this stuff because it works. And I get to see people's lives changed in the shortest amount of time every month. And everybody is my teacher. I'm not the high dude in there. I got some tools and I'm bringing them. But everybody's my teacher. There is no hierarchy in the Waking Up in the Dream course. There's only love and only a fast track to healing, clearing, and becoming empowered to where you're starting to attract the money, the people, the love, the good times, the whatever it is you want to attract. You start attracting it because now you're the magnet. So 4344 with 13 people. I'm going to leave you with that. And again, anybody that can share this with anybody that can use it, please share it in the groups and stuff. I don't know what's going to happen because I might still be in jail. But apparently I was able to record this. So when I hit the end live video, if it shows up on my timeline, great. And if it doesn't, then I'm very thankful that whoever's on this call got to download some stuff. And may it shift your awareness in your life. And if it doesn't show up on my timeline, then I'll come back and do it again in my Zoom room, and I can record that, and nobody can delete that. So where there's a will, there's a way. You can't stop the awakening. Yeah. Oh, Marcia had how to remove Archon chips from my daughter. You know, that's not my specialty, but what I could say, Marcia, is if you do not consent, you can do a ceremony and you can just say, I do not consent. Because the only way that they can be in your daughter is if, well, I don't want to get crucified on this, but my experience is if there's a belief that they can stay there. Because they can't stay where the light is, you know? I'd be willing to discuss this, you know, if you want to send me a message. I just invite everybody to know that they have the power to heal themselves. You don't need to go to a healer. You are the healer. You know, I'm just a mirror. And what I can say is, no archons can come around me. I'm sure I probably used to have a whole body full of them. You know, when I was suicidal and really depressed because I was operating in low energy, and I was on pharmaceuticals that the doctors put me on. Fuck, that was a nightmare. But I dug out of it. And I just want to let you know that I saw your comment, and I'm sending you lots of good energy right now. And don't be in fear. You know, I don't even know if you can prove that they are in there. You know, be very careful around your beliefs. Our beliefs give permission for things to be in our hologram. If you don't believe it, it can't be there. It just can't. And I'm not saying there might not be instances. You know, I don't have it all figured out. Don't believe me. Like Don Miguel, my teacher, told me, Ruiz, don't believe me. You know, tune in. You know, but align with like-minded people. Archons can't hang around in this vibration. I can guarantee you that. It ain't happening. So reach out to me or reach out to somebody else. If I can help you, I certainly will. I guarantee you that we'll be holding a high vibration in any conversations or any sessions that we do. And so, oh, Sandy, what time in England? UK. I think it's the afternoon for you. It's 11 p.m. for me when I start. I go from 11 p.m. to like 1:30 in the morning, and I love it because I'm pumped up. But yeah, reach out. Anybody that's interested, private message me. I'll get on a call with you if you have questions, and I'll make it so you can do it. There's no excuse. Yes, there's going to be an energy exchange because it's going to change your life. And if you don't do an energy exchange, then you're not valuing this completely life-changing thing. So yeah, it should be 10 grand. I'm making it accessible to people. You can't even put a price on the value that you will get out of this. And go to the website, portal2awakening.org, watch the testimonial videos. I didn't tell people to do that. Look at all the testimonials. They're all 5-star. And they're not just, yeah, it was a good course. They're like, this is the first course where I saw what I had been doing for 40, 50, 60 years. And these people have been in all the other courses too. And I'm not knocking any other courses. Hey, if you're going out and diving in and you're willing to look at your stuff, that's a good course. Whether it changes your life like this one, I don't know, but at least you're trying, you're attempting. So your higher self will lead you to where you're supposed to be, and it will connect you with all the perfect experiences in mirrors and reflections. It'll do it. Just trust. No. Call it in with the power of your intention. Set your intention every morning after you wake up and do gratitude. Create your day. Do not get out of bed without creating your day. Don't do it. And if you think you have to, then that's the program sabotaging you. Well, Jeff, I got to get up and I got to go to work. Okay, great. Then set your alarm 15 minutes earlier so you can lay in bed for 15 minutes and be totally in the zone, commanding and loving what you're going to attract into, excuse me, your vibrational hologram. If you don't take time to do that every morning, you're sabotaging yourself. This is your dream. You came here. You are a sovereign divine being. Claim that shit. No excuses. Just love. If there's something you need to work through, then reach out to somebody and get a mirror. Get somebody to help you. Reach out to me. I'd love to do a session with you. We'll rock your world and bust this stuff so quick. And we'll have fun doing it. It doesn't have to be all doom and gloom and heavy ass shit. Nah. You can actually joke your way through this and clear some stuff very quickly. Thank you, Lisa, for the beautiful reflection. It's my honor. So, I'm going to leave you with that because my throat's going out. Thank you again to everybody. And I'm glad that we got to spend this time together after not being able to post anything all day. Where there's a will, there's a way. And the higher frequencies of the heart. See, I'm not trying to fight Facebook. Facebook's doing what their program does. That's what they do. I go around, above, under, and beyond Facebook. And I'm grateful for the technology, you know, and they'll come around. They'll either come around or they'll disintegrate, and we'll have another platform, you know? So stay in your heart. Catch all the judgments, people. Judgment is the biggest addiction on the planet. Ask yourself this question. Am I an automatic reactor sometimes during the day? Or am I a conscious observer where I go, oh, I just got triggered. I just had that judgment. I'm going to go in and clean that. And I'm going to thank whoever it was. I'm going to send them love for triggering me into judgment. That's the way you raise your vibration and flip a judgment on its ass real quick. It's like a top move in big time wrestling. It's called a reversal. Yeah, and we just get quick at it, and we just start clearing stuff. Clear, 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 boom, boom, boom. Slicing and dicing like a Ginsu chef with conscious awareness. The highest vibration, love, gratitude, compassion. And then forgiveness. Forgiveness for anybody that triggers us, and forgiveness for ourselves. Again, can you look in the mirror? Just a quick recap. Can you look in the mirror and totally love yourself? And it's going to be different on different days. You know, the programs are deep. Everybody's pushing perfect looks, perfect makeup, perfect hair, perfect skin. Why do you think they're selling you that shit? So they can make money off of your low vibrational beliefs. Don't buy into that shit. Use natural products and love yourself. The more you love yourself, you'll look younger. People that go through this course end up looking 10 years younger. I'm not just saying that. I'm getting younger every day, right? Can't you tell? Yeah. High five. What a great journey this is, and it's getting better and better and better. So thank you again. I could keep going over these tools over and over and over because it just keeps me in a high vibration. And I remind myself every single day, because if I don't, that program, you know, a lot of these programs aren't even yours. They're in the ethers. They're projecting this shit through television, radio, advertisements. You got to really, you know, raise your vibration and just be ruthless with your self-love and the love for everybody else. And anything that triggers you, send it love and light and thank it for being your teacher. If you get nothing else out of this talk, and you can implement that on a daily basis, and put those alarms on your phone. If you get off this call and go, no, I don't want to improve my life. I want to just move on and scroll through Facebook. I'm not judging you here. I'm mirroring the Jeff program from a while back. Nah, I don't need to do that. I'll remember. No, you won't. Or maybe you will. I didn't. So that's why I put the alarms on my phone. It changes your life. It taps you on the shoulder. It's like having a coach or a mirror or a best friend or a little angel going, psst, where are you right now? Where are you? Are you in the future? Are you in the past? Or are you in gratitude right now going, wow, I'm so glad I'm still alive today because this could be my last day on earth. And since I'm alive, I'm going to be kind and loving to everybody. And I'm going to watch the magic and miracles show up in my hologram. It's that simple when you begin to get it. Yeah. So have an amazing day. Thanks for sharing this. Thanks for all your wonderful comments. And again, if you're on the fence and your ego's going, man, I'd love, oh, thank you, Timmy. Tim just went through the group. He's amazing. Friend this guy, Timmy Sauceda, S-A-U-C-E-D-A. This guy, can I tell him about you, Tim, a little bit? I know he'll let me because he's such a soul brother. This guy was suicidal. He was in hell. And he ended up doing the plant medicine. He's got wonderful native history in his blood. We all do. But he ended up doing some plant medicine, and it really turned his life around. And now he's out there helping and loving on people. This guy's always smiling. He's always in his heart. And he figured it out. And yeah, he says your book is beyond. It's a real game changer. Thank you, brother. I wrote that book for me after buying everybody. Hey, Dara. After buying everybody else's book, I had 200 top spiritual books, and I got a lot of good stuff out of them. You know, Power and Now, Byron Katie, great stuff. Abraham, but unless you go in and dismantle the programs and the wounds, it's just more information on top of that. Just jump in and do the inner stuff. Come join the group. It's 55-55. I love it. Signs are everywhere, and there's 13 people on the call. Come and join the group. If not this one, the next one. If you can find something that'll fast track you quicker, go do it and share it with everybody. I put Waking Up in the Dream up against anything. Why? Because it did more for my life than any other group I ever did in the $35,000+ I spent on courses and seminars and webinars. That's why I wrote the book. I never planned on writing a book. I didn't want to write a book. I was a recording engineer. I love it. But the universe forced me into putting the book out when my recording studio got flooded. How wonderful is that? It didn't seem too fun at the time, but looking back, such a huge gift. So grateful. Every challenge holds a gift for those with the awareness to go, oh, there must be a gift here. What is the gift here? What is the gift here? Make that your mantra too. What is the gift here? And what is this trying to teach me? And you'll start moving through stuff so quick, you'll go, why don't they teach this in first grade and kindergarten? Well, I'm going to get Waking Up in the Dream is on the case to start teaching these incredible, young, gifted, awake children that they're trying to say they need vaccines and they're autistic and all this stuff. No, they're not. They're just on an advanced level and they're like, we don't do the brainwashing program. So they rebel. So we're here to help them. God bless them all. I love all of you. I love me. And that's the key. And no, I don't love myself every single moment. My shit still comes up. But I really do love myself. I really do. Yeah. And I intend that you do too. So thank you again. Keep trying to leave, and I just love connecting with you guys. But I'm going to go now. Have an amazing day, and thank you again to everybody that shares this stuff, because one little message in this thing could change somebody's life or keep them from checking out. A lot of people are going through some hell right now. A lot of people. They don't know what's happening. As more stuff gets exposed, these people are going to flip out. And it's up to us to hold this vibrational space of safety. Don't judge people. Give them a hand up. Have compassion. It's our greatest tool. It's why we came here. I love all you so much. What an incredible journey. I hope to get to connect with every single person on this call in some way or another. Reach out. Say hello. Come join the group. Do it. I'll make it happen for you. I'll make it so you can do it. How could you refuse that? Fuck. There were so many things I wanted to do and I just didn't have the money. Nobody said, I'll help you do it no matter what. I'll help you do it no matter what if you want to do it. All right? There you go. Much love. Have an incredible day or evening wherever you are. Yeah. Oh, it's not ending. I'm locked in. I guess I'm in jail, so I can't end the video. I love it. All right. We're going to do an all-nighter. All right, I'm out.